discounted prices. The platform offers drugs at lower costs. Drug makers include Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk.
Good Day Chicago at 8 starts now.
And breaking at 8 o'clock, we have an Amber Alert. A missing boy, missing from Indiana. The 2-year-old boy is believed to be in extreme danger this morning. We're going to have more on the man. His picture's right there, but we're going to have more on the man that police are looking for right now.
Our other top story, Chicago woman shot by a Border Patrol agent goes back to court. We're live at court for the ruling that could come down today.
And the Chicago Auto Show starts today. Our team is live. Jake is there. I don't know if that's him behind the wheel of that Bronco, but he's live out there, or it looks like a Wrangler, to show you all the new technology that is on display.
And it may have you waken up, it may have woken you up, I should say, thunder snow overnight. That's such a fun phenomenon.
Such a dramatic word as well, thunder snow.
It was a hectic drive for me, I gotta say.
Yeah.
We still have some snow out there now, but we are seeing that trend of the heavier bursts of snow decrease, which is good. Northwest Indiana, also just south of downtown, you have a good amount of snowfall coming down. It's not out of the question that you have drops in visibility within this, and that's what I mean by hectic driving. Not so much that it was icy, but just that we do have that snow coming down at a good clip. You can see just north of East Chicago, all the way up into, I would say, Lakeshore Drive. The snow is moderate, light snow from Midway to Oak Lawn. Northern areas, you're drying out, maybe a flake here or there, but northwest Indiana, northern half of Porter County, Chesterton, you have some moderate snowfall coming down, a little bit heavier as we get over into Michigan City too. We'll take a look at those temperatures though, because that is the highlight of the day ahead.
Okay, thank you, Caitlin. We'll check back in, and we could learn more today about the release of an evidence in an ICE agent shooting involving a Chicago woman.
Saquon live at the Dirksen Federal Building, where there is a key court hearing today. Say.
Guys, good morning. Federal prosecutors initially struck down the request to release that body camera video, but recently they actually said they would release it as long as those agents' faces are blurred. Now, even if that body cam video is made public here, guys, it's really only just one part of the evidence, and getting the rest of that release could be quite the challenge. Miramar Martinez was shot 5 times by federal agents last October after getting into a collision with Border Patrol during Operation Midway Blitz. Now, even though all criminal charges against Martinez have been dropped, her attorney says DHS continues to call her a domestic terrorist. Because of that, her attorney filed a new motion just last month to lift the protective order, which basically is what's keeping Martinez from publicly sharing any evidence. Her team argues that she has the right to use that evidence to protect her reputation. Today's hearing also comes after Martinez testified on Capitol Hill, sharing her story, which gained national attention.
As I continued to drive past the Border Patrol agents, I could hear my back passenger window shatter, and I felt bullets continue to pierce my body. As I attempted to drive to a safe location, I began to feel lightheaded. I looked down and I noticed blood gushing out of my arms and legs, and I realized I've been shot multiple times.
Again, guys, prosecutors say that they are open to releasing that body cam video, but they have publicly said that they are kind of hesitant when it comes to releasing the agent's private text messages. So today, it really is up to a federal judge now to decide whether all of that evidence will be released by lifting that protective order. That hearing is set to begin at 9:30 this morning. Back to you guys.
And say, do they expect to make an actual decision today on this, or is he just hearing testimony from both sides, this judge?
You know, that really is the question right now. It sounds like, you know, obviously that testimony is going to be shared and we're going to be able to listen to that in court today. But whether that ruling could come out, we'll see. That is kind of what the sides have been pointing to, though, this morning.
Okay, we'll see if that happens. 9:30 is when it kicks off. Saquon at the Dirksen Federal Courthouse for us this morning. Thank you.
The Guthrie family releases a second video. It is so difficult to listen to, begging for the return of their mother.
Yes, this comes nearly 6 days after Nancy Guthrie disappeared. Still no suspects, no persons of interest, and no signs of the 84-year-old. Kaylee Schuyler joins us live now from Tucson, Arizona. And Kaylee, tell us a little bit about this new video.
This time it was Nancy's son, Cameron Guthrie, speaking directly to whoever may have taken his mom. The video was posted at 5 p.m. local time yesterday, and according to the FBI, that's the same time that's mentioned as a deadline in a ransom note. The family says they want to talk.
This is Cameron Guthrie. I'm speaking for the Guthrie family. Whoever is out there holding our mother, we want to hear from you. We haven't heard anything directly. We need you to reach out, and we need a way to communicate with you so we can move forward. But first, we have to know that you have our mom. We want to talk to you, and we are waiting for contact.
The FBI says they're taking the ransom note sent to TMZ and local TV stations in Tucson seriously. They say it came with two deadlines, one that passed yesterday and the next is on Monday. The FBI says the note does not give them or the family a way to communicate with whoever sent it, and it includes details about Nancy's Apple Watch and a floodlight. But there has been an arrest for an imposter ransom note that someone sent to the family. And we have a new detailed timeline from the night that she went missing. It begins at 5:32 on Saturday night when Nancy took an Uber to her family's home for dinner. She's back home and the garage door is shut before 9:50 p.m. Saturday night. In the early morning hours on Sunday at 1:47, Nancy's doorbell camera disconnects. At 2:12, movement is detected on the camera, but there's no video of that. Then at 2:28, Nancy's pacemaker disconnects from her Apple Watch. And by noon on Sunday, the family's calling 911.
We believe Nancy is still out there. We want her home. Our department, the Sheriff's Department, along with all of our partners at the FBI, have been working around the clock.
The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for any information that leads to the return of Nancy or any info that leads to an arrest and a conviction of anyone who could be involved. Now, the Pima County Sheriff says they probably won't hold another news conference until there's a big development. In Tucson, Arizona, Kaylee Schuyler, Fox Chicago.
Okay, Kaylee, thank you for the update. Back here at home, we are following some breaking news right now. Authorities have put out an Amber Alert for a missing boy from North Judson, Indiana. 2-year-old Jackson Clemens was last seen yesterday afternoon. Jackson believed to be in extreme danger this morning as police search for 44-year-old suspect Dwayne Clemens, seen there on the right. He is apparently driving a silver 2017 Chevy Blazer with the Indiana license plate CRS 242. You are asked to call police if you have any information. We're also following a crash involving police on the northwest side of Chicago.
Gabriella Prima says that and other top stories this morning.
Natalie, Anthony, the good news here is that Chicago police say both officers will likely be okay. But this crash happened in Jefferson Park. It was near the intersection of West Goodman Street and North Central Avenue. CPD says the officers were responding to a call when the officer who was driving lost control. They slammed into a steel barrier, but it sounds like no other cars were involved and no one else was hurt. A 17-year-old is now charged in connection with a mass shooting that happened at Chicago's tree lighting ceremony. The shooting happened November 21st outside the Chicago Theater on North State Street. Very busy then. 7 teens were hurt. Demarion Cherry is being charged as an adult. He's facing 7 counts of first-degree attempted murder and other charges. Cherry is also facing charges in a separate armed robbery. COPA is investigating a shooting involving Chicago police. It happened in the South Chicago neighborhood. It was near the intersection of East 81st and South Merrill Avenues. Officers were there investigating car thefts. They tried to stop a driver, but that person sped off and hit a squad car. They got out and ran, and an officer fired a single shot. Police arrested 3 people, including 2 minors. We're working to get an update on how the officers who were in that squad car are doing this morning. Anthony.
Thank you, Gabriella. A Chicago man is now charged in the murder of a popular charter boat captain. The body of Nabil Abzal was found in Lake Michigan over Labor Day weekend of 2025. Now, police said he drowned, but noted that suspicious circumstances surrounded his death as well. They have arrested 34-year-old Alexis Trader on Wednesday. Prosecutors say he shoved Abzal into a gate on the lakefront trail and he hit his head and then fell into the lake.
A daycare teacher in St. Charles charged with attempting bodily harm and endangering children in her care. 23-year-old Isel Juarez from Sycamore is accused of giving chewable laxatives to 3 children, all of them 2 years old and younger. Juarez turned herself in, was released from custody awaiting her court date. St. Charles police are asking anyone with additional information to contact them.
All right, it's 8:09. Time to talk about the weather here. It's been a little snowy. I know you had a little dicey commute. I did too, actually.
Did you?
Saw a car just spin out on its own on the inbound express lanes of the Kennedy. Yeah.
Oh,
so it was slick out there. It's fortunately going better since then. I mean, travel times are stacking up, but nothing major, at least according to SIG-Alert. Caitlin, what are we doing for the rest of the day weather-wise?
Right now, we still have a little bit of snow out there, especially northwest Indiana and south of the city. You can see here on the radar where the snow is still falling. I had drops in visibility, too, so big snowflakes possible, especially in northern Porter County and LaPorte County at the moment. You can see a closer look where the darker shades of blue are. That's where the heavier snow is falling down. Excuse me?
That radar is old.
Oh, it is.
Those radars down.
Oh, the radar's down. Kaplan just came in to report. Thanks for that, Kaplan. You know what? We're going to talk about the futurecast then instead. So with that, temperatures are actually going to be nice today. We're seeing the low to mid 30s out there. As we work our way into the afternoon, though, that's when the upper 30s will return. As we work our way into 4 or 5 o'clock, that's when temperatures are dropping back down to the 20s in a few spots. So the snow is going to decrease, and then the cold air settles in. So unfortunately, even though we are going to be drying throughout the day, we are going to have colder temperatures tomorrow with the sunny skies. So as we work our way into 2 a.m. tonight, early tomorrow, temperatures are right around 10 to 15. We do have the potential for a little bit of lingering lake effect in northwest Indiana and especially in southwestern Michigan. In the afternoon, this is our temperature, 23 degrees. It's going to be a cold Saturday, but it will be beautiful. And then on Sunday, temperatures are going to be increasing a little bit. You can see our model bringing in a touch of snow as well, but the clouds will be on the increase. Temperatures are going to be phenomenal to start off next week, very mild. We can finally start to melt this snow. I'll show you that ahead. Back to you.
Thank you, Caitlin. On Sunday, you're going to see something different when you watch the Super Bowl. An ad expert joins us to talk about the increasing use of AI in commercials.
Uh-oh. We will also have more weather coverage with Caitlin coming up shortly. But first, here's a quick look at that 7-day forecast. We'll be right back.
What are you girls doing?
We're doing all the heating, plumbing, and electric around here.
All right, I know you girls know stuff, but let's leave it to our trusted local experts. Let's call Four Seasons.
It's about time you figured it out.
Whether it's heating, cooling, plumbing, electric, air duct cleaning, or generators, you can always trust Four Seasons.
For all the right reasons, call 866-4 Seasons.
Welcome back to Good Day Chicago, taking a live look at our great city. We do have some snowfall tapering off this morning and temperatures warming up. And on that note, let's get to Gabriella Primus for a look at today's top stories.
Natalie, we're following some breaking news and hopefully you can help. An Amber Alert has been issued for a little boy missing from North Judson, Indiana. Here he is, 2-year-old Jackson Clemens was last seen yesterday afternoon. He's believed to be in extreme danger. Police are looking for 44-year-old suspect Dwayne Clemens. You can see him here on the right. He is believed to be driving a silver 2017 Chevy Trailblazer with Indiana license plate CRS 242. Call police if you have any information. A judge could issue a ruling today in a case centered on a Chicago woman who was shot by Border Patrol agent. Marimar Martinez has requested the evidence in her case be made public. She was accused of ramming a Border Patrol agent with her car. The charges against her were eventually dropped. 2 Chicago police officers are recovering after a crash overnight. It happened in Jefferson Park. This is near the intersection of West Goodman Street and North Central Avenue. CPD says the officers were responding to a call when the one who was driving lost control. They slammed into a barrier. It sounds like no other cars were involved and no one else was hurt. Anthony.
Okay, thank you very much, Gabriella. It's time to switch gears and talk with Caitlin about the weather situation today. Is the snow cleared out or are we still contending with some?
Yeah, you know what? I just updated the radar and it looks like it is mostly moving out, but I wouldn't be surprised if we have a light enough flurry that's not even being picked up on radar. So don't be surprised if you see some light snow flurries, but from our cameras too, we're drying out. Temperatures today are going to be good, but we still have that fresh layer of snow out there. So especially on untreated surfaces, your neighborhood, it could be slick this morning. Behind me, you can see this radar loop where most of that snow has departed to the east. With that, LaPorte, I'm still seeing a touch of blue. And as mentioned, it is quite cloudy and we could still have a flurry here or there. Temperatures, they're sitting in the 30s for most of us. I do see the 20s, especially southeast of Chicago. So it's 32 degrees at the lakefront, 33 at O'Hare and Midway. Freezing from Joliet to Morris at 31, 36 at LaSalle, mid to upper 20s for Northwest Indiana. Highs today, right around 35. It's going to be a gusty day, though. We could see winds around 35 miles per hour. So that 35 is going to feel a little bit colder than that with that blowing snow. Tonight, temperatures dropping down to about 10. North wind around 10 to 20, gusting up to 30. Breezy, cold tomorrow. Unfortunately, it's going to be very cold with highs only reaching the low to mid 20s, but it will be a beautiful day. We've got sunshine on the way for your Saturday. Temperatures are going to be improving after that. So 7-day forecast does show 33 degrees back by Sunday. Starting off next week in the 40s. Fantastic temperature, 43 Monday, Tuesday 44. Then we have the chance for rain back Tuesday into Wednesday. Wednesday back down to 37 and the mid-30s by Thursday of next week. Natalie.
Thank you, Caitlin. Well, for years, we only knew her as Jane Doe. Now, at 41 years old, Rashana Landfair is sharing her name and her story of abuse by singer R. Kelly. Landfair was just 14 when she was seen in a sex tape with R. Kelly. She testified anonymously at his trial in Chicago that people refused to advocate for her over fear of losing their jobs. Landfair tells Artia Ewing the impact of what happened to her has followed her for decades.
So many people still blame me for what took place. If you look at my 14-year-old picture, think about your daughter, your friend, your goddaughter, your niece, and put yourself in that person's shoes and understand that that's a lot of weight to carry at such a young age. But I'm here today. I'm alive and present.
Landfair is telling it all in a new memoir called Who's Watching Shorty? Reclaiming Myself from the Shame of R. Kelly's Abuse. And she hopes the book raises awareness about child sex abuse and encourages others to speak out. If you'd like to see Tia's entire story, you can on our website, fox32chicago.com.
A May trial date has been set for the Broadview 6 case. This is centered on a group of Operation Midway Blitz protesters accused of conspiring to impede immigration agents at the Broadview ICE facility. If the trial date holds, it will come well after the March 17th Democratic primary in Illinois, where one of the defendants, Catherine Abughazela, is running for the 9th congressional district seat. Meantime, the mayor of Broadview tells us that she wants to shut down that processing center entirely. The facility was the focal point of all the tension locally surrounding immigration enforcement here in the area. We saw protests that they did become violent at times, and multiple lawsuits have been filed as well over claims of inhumane conditions inside that facility. It is something Mayor Katrina Johnson touched on Chicago Live.
One thing I've learned is the facility is not a space that it can accommodate the people that they bring there to process. Like, they don't have just facilities just for women or just for men or those that have some medical necessities that need, medical care. And so I think the federal government needs to look at how the facility is actually functioning. Is it a functioning facility that keep people safe, keep them with their dignity, their pride, and respect?
Harvard has selected Mayor Katrina Thompson for a fellowship advancing local projects for rapid change. She hopes to use that time to change the Broadview facility into a space for reflection on what people experienced during the uptick in immigration enforcement. All right, stick around this morning. We've got a great Chicago Now lineup for you a little bit later. Americans are going broke on the Super Bowl. They're gambling on everything from the coin toss to the color of the Gatorade. Yeah, we're going to be speaking with an addiction specialist about the dangers of getting wrapped up in sports betting. And the Museum of Science and Industry's head curator is going to join us to explain what is next for NASA's moon mission. This is all comes as a couple of delays have happened, so he's going to break down some of the problems that have pushed back the launch. Plus, this weekend is Andersonville's annual FICA Fest, and it includes a crawl for two things almost everyone loves. We are talking about chocolate and coffee. Yeah, good stuff there. All that and more is coming up at 10 a.m. on Chicago Now.
This morning, we are live at the Chicago Auto Show as it kicks off tomorrow at McCormick Place. This is the 118th edition of the Chicago Auto Show. It runs through February 16th, so you've got plenty of time to check it out. But lucky for us this morning, Jake Hamilton is going to be giving us a preview in just a little bit. Anthony?
Okay, thank you so much, Nat. It is officially Super Bowl weekend. We can say that. It's Friday, right? You may watch for the game itself, the halftime show with Grammy winner Bad Bunny. However, a lot of folks watch for the ads, okay? So here to talk about some of the trends we are expecting to see this Sunday is Dennis Ryan, who's created more than a dozen Super Bowl ads himself over the course of his career. Dennis, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it, sir.
Wonderful to be here.
All right, so what are you expecting this Super Bowl Sunday to look like ad-wise compared to years past?
Well, it's interesting. You see, basically, there's some things that come up again and again. You always have comedy. You usually have puppies. And unusually this year, so far on the pre-release, haven't seen a puppy.
Really?
So that's a big change. But I think the biggest thing we're talking about as far as what's happening right now is the influence of AI.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So what are we expecting that influence to look like on our television screens this Sunday?
Well, you know, it's on the screens, but it's also how you search for the ads and everything else. I mean, you're watching. AI has changed how we make ads, where we place them, and how often they run. And then again, how consumers can find those messages online. So we talk about how 1984 by Apple introduced personal computers, big ad. AI hasn't had that kind of ad so far that really gets it, how it's changing the world and certainly changing our world. And so you're seeing a lot of the beginnings of it. You know, there's going to be a Chat GPT ad. There's going to be just a number of the different platforms that are going to be talking about how they can change your life.
We are looking at footage of that famous 1984 ad. Do you expect anything this year to have the same kind of impact that did?
No. I mean, no. It was introducing a brand new technology. None of us had personal computers. Right. It was introducing, and it did this production value that we had never seen before. Yeah. And it really, that's over 40 years old. And so basically the legacy of that has been increase in spend in production values, and everyone's looking for surprise. Yeah. And when the audience is waiting for surprise, it's very hard to surprise people.
Yes, because their standards are so high.
The standards have been raised so high. And notice also, they never showed the computer in that.
Right.
It was just a classic brand ad, and it sells the idea and the values and the emotional connection of the brand. And that's what makes Super Bowl advertising great. You'll have some that are very informative, but you'll have some that just give you a feeling and make you just feel positively towards the brand in some way.
Do you expect humor to play a role in most of these ads, or do folks go for the heartstrings?
You know, that's a great question. We do some polling in the advertising business, run some surveys, and 2/3, a recent poll from Harris showed that 2/3 of viewers want comedy. That's what they want. And they also like celebrities, and they like, you know, familiar music. Less than 20% want to see ads with AI. So that should tell you, well, because our social media feeds have been so filled with kind of content slop. And so I think people are hoping for a little bit more, and they'll get some wonderful surprises this year.
Okay.
Some good stuff.
When you watch this is like your guys' Super Bowl. Okay.
Very much so.
How do you approach it? Do you shush the room when the commercials come on?
You know, there was a time when I did. But now, by the time the Super Bowl runs, I've seen probably 80% of them.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you go on YouTube right now, you can see an amazing amount of ads and an amazing amount of, first they're teasers, but actually most of the ads themselves have been released. The one they're showing here is interesting. It's from Oakley sunglasses that are AI enhanced with Meta AI. And what's interesting, they don't call it artificial intelligence, they call it athletic intelligence, because you can call your own like playlist up, you can get GPS information all within your Oakley sunglasses.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yeah, it's a brave new world.
Yeah, and so you have watched a number of ads, so you're going to be, you know what's...
I will be.
Okay. All right. Dennis is going to be joining us as well during our 9 o'clock hour. We're going to get his thoughts on how this set of ads that are going to air on Sunday are looking, the positives, the negatives, some of the lessons you've perhaps learned having 12. You have 12 Super Bowl ads,
something like that. Yes,
in your portfolio.
Yes, I do. On my reel.
I can't imagine the pressure there. Dennis, thank you so much. We'll see you back here for more in our 9 o'clock hour. Appreciate it. All right, 8:28. Caitlin, I'm assuming you're more interested in the ads this Sunday than the actual game.
Literally don't want to miss the game because of the ads, Anthony. That's the only reason. This morning we have had snow, drops in visibility, slick conditions on the roadways. Right right now, the snow is starting to move out. Temperatures are pushing into the 30s today. Fantastic. This weekend, it's going to be cold. Tomorrow, highs in the 20s, but it will be sunny. A full check of your forecast, including when the 40s will be here, is coming up.
We are following breaking news this morning. An Amber Alert has been issued for a missing boy from North Judson, Indiana. There's his photo right there and the man that police are looking for. If you can get to your screen here, it's 2-year-old Jackson Clemens was last seen yesterday afternoon. He is believed to be in extreme danger. Police are looking for 44-year-old suspect Dwayne Clemens. Seen here, he is apparently driving a silver Chevy Trailblazer. It's a 2017 silver Blazer with Indiana license plate CRS 242. Call police if you have any information.
Court begins an hour from now in the case of a Chicago woman who was shot by a Border Patrol agent.
Gabriella has that in our top stories. Gabriella?
Natalie Anthony, that hearing is set to begin at 9:30. The woman who was shot, Marimar Martinez, has requested the evidence in her case be made public. She was accused of ramming a Border Patrol agent with her car in Brighton Park last October. The charges against her were eventually dropped. Martinez's lawyer says releasing body camera footage and other forms of evidence will ensure the debate around her case is based on fact. 2 Chicago police officers are recovering from a crash in Jefferson Park overnight. It happened near West Goodman Street and North Central Avenue. CPD says they were responding to a call when the driver lost control and slammed into a barrier. No one else was hurt. A post shared by President Trump on Truth Social is under fire. You'll see it circulating around social media, and it's for showing a racist depiction of Barack and Michelle Obama. The post is one of several made last night on this Truth Social account. It starts with a clip on alleged voting machine irregularities, but towards the end, the clips show a seemingly racist cartoon of the Obamas as apes. Now, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt released a statement this morning saying the clip was part of an internet meme. It was depicting President Trump as the king of the jungle and Democrats as characters from The Lion King. Natalie Anthony.
All right, 8:33 now this morning, and we're taking a live look outside. A very cold one again this morning, but a warm-up is on the way, and hopefully that snow cover will taper off, Caitlin.
Look at that picture. It is so gray outside. Here's the thing. Today it is going to be mild, and tomorrow it'll be bright, but we do have the clouds today, and tomorrow it is going to be quite chilly. Right now, the radar is showing the snow finally moving out. Now, of course, we got that new fresh coat of snow on the ground. Taking a look at northwest Indiana, even in LaPorte County, you're drying out. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see a flurry here or there. We have quite a bit of cloud cover out there, but let's talk about the temperatures, because this is the good news for today. 24-hour temperature change, so now compared to yesterday at this time, we are 14 degrees warmer at the lakefront, 12 degrees warmer at O'Hare, 13-degree jump in Aurora, and 15 degrees warmer from Woodstock to DeKalb, leaving us in the 20s and 30s. So it is freezing at the lakefront, but 33 from Midway to O'Hare and Aurora, freezing in Waukegan. In northwest Indiana, temperatures are in the upper 20s from Merrillville to Valpo. Today, highs are going to be pushing to the upper 30s. It's going to be so nice feeling, finally above freezing, starting to thaw for a short time before temperatures plummet. Working our way into this evening, 9 p.m. temperatures are right around 20, and then we drop down to about 10 tonight and early tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is going to be beautiful. As I said, we've got sunny skies, but the highs are going to be in the low to mid 20s for your Saturday, and then the clouds are going to be increasing for Sunday as temperatures climb back into the 30s. That climbing is going to continue Sunday night and Monday. Monday's high 43. Now we do have the chance for wet weather Tuesday into Wednesday. Temperatures, though, staying elevated. 44 expected on Tuesday. So early next week, that's what everyone is going to be talking about, the 40s. But then we're back to the 30s, even the mid-30s expected by Thursday of next week. Back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Caitlin. Well, sometimes it all adds up in your favor.
And that is the case for the Illinois State Math Champions, who are celebrating an achievement in LaGrange Park. Roseanne is live at Brook Park Elementary School. Hi, Roseanne.
Hi, I have some first and second graders with me. They are celebrating this morning because they won the Prodigy State Challenge. Their next stop is the Prodigy National Cup, and so we're interrupting their victory celebration, and we'll be talking with them in a second. But first I want to talk to second grade teacher Jen Morrissey, who's going to tell me what this is all about. Tell me, Prodigy it's not part of the curriculum, but it's an important part of their math proficiency, it sounds like.
Yeah, so Prodigy's been around for about 15 years, and the state challenges started last year. So it's really engaging. The students get to battle each other within the classroom, so they love playing Prodigy. They begged me to play Prodigy. And they actually didn't even know that they were participating in the challenge in December.
I love that part.
Right. They won just doing what they usually do.
So they were participating, answering all of these questions just because they enjoy it.
Oh, yes. They absolutely love Prodigy. It's so much fun, and they love playing it as much as they can.
Oh, yeah. Well, what a good group of kids. So what are they doing for their celebration here?
So Prodigy actually sent us a gift card so that we could get snacks and drinks and prizes. So they're here today to get some snacks and drinks and prizes from Prodigy.
Well, let me just ask one of the students, if I can, a quick question. Corley, can I ask you a question? I understand you really like Prodigy. Are you good at it?
Yeah.
Okay, 10 minus 8.
What?
I was going to give you a math problem, but I'm just joking.
8?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I'm just joking with you, but that was pretty quick on the fly. So you like math. What are you going to do with this when you grow up?
I don't really know yet.
You don't really know. But are you excited that you guys won? You're the best in the state?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big deal. When you grow up, I got a job for you. You could do my taxes. I think that might be a good thing. Thank you so much for talking to us. Jen, congratulations to all the kids here. And I understand it's not just the first and second graders celebrating today.
Yeah, we also have third and fourth graders that participated as well.
Okay, you rock, all of the math students here at Brook Park Elementary. So fun to celebrate with you this morning. Back to you guys in the studio.
Very, very impressive. Congrats to all. Roseanne, thank you so much.
That is just a skill that I could never develop. You know, I always needed a little extra help in the math department.
Hey, you know what? You're here. You made it here to the journalism racket.
That's right.
Right? All right, thanks. Okay, 8:38 for the 118th time. The Chicago Auto Show is back. Okay, we are going to be live on the show floor with Jake Hamilton. Yes, he's showing us some of the cool things you will find there this year. Stay with us.
I shall now...
Welcome back. While it's a sporting event, industry experts often call the Super Bowl music's biggest stage as well, with millions tuning in for the halftime show.
This year will be another one for the history books, with Bad Bunny set to become the first Latino male artist to headline the mashup. Ashley Dvorkin, she drew the lucky straw. She's outside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, with the latest on what we can expect. Hey there, Ashley.
Good morning, Natalie and Anthony. Yes, so right now we have the teams. We have the Patriots and the Seahawks. They're hitting the field to practice for game day, but we also have the artists, including Bad Bunny, getting ready to give it their all on Super Bowl Sunday. Check it out.
Bad Bunny in the building.
While the Super Bowl is about football, excitement is growing as millions prepare to watch Latin superstar Bad Bunny's halftime show performance. Fresh off music's biggest night after recently making history at this year's Grammys, Bad Bunny says he's grateful to take on music's biggest stage this weekend.
I feel more excited about the people than even me. They happy because this moment and the culture.
No word yet if any guest stars will make an appearance alongside him, but Bad Bunny is promising to bring the party.
I know that the world is going to be happy at this Sunday. They don't even have to learn Spanish. They just, it's better if they learn to dance.
But Bad Bunny won't be the only musical act.
I've been rehearsing this in my head for months, if that makes sense.
Before kickoff, Charlie Puth will sing the national anthem. Coco Jones will perform Lift Every Voice and Sing.
With Lift Every Voice, there's so much hope and tenacity that I relate to.
And Brandy Carlisle will belt out America the Beautiful.
This is a song about a country, a beautiful country that ebbs and flows in terms of hope, and it's a work in progress.
Okay.
All right, that was Ashley Dvorkin live for us in Santa Clara, California. Bad Bunny's halftime show is causing buzz, both good and bad. The performance will be entirely in Spanish, which has inspired fans, many of them, to try to learn some of the language. However, some Republicans have been public about noting that his comments on immigration and critiques of the Trump administration as reasons that they will not be tuning in. Danielle Roper, professor of Latin American literature at the University of Chicago, talked about it on the Chicago Report.
And so what you have is a colonial subject who has been critical of the role that U.S. has played in limiting Puerto Rican sovereignty. So this is a subject who speaks about the U.S. as an empire, which is something that a lot of, U.S. citizens living in the mainland don't really tend to recognize. And his success pushes against this narrative that you need to assimilate, that you need to speak English to somehow gain the kind of recognition and legitimacy on the global mainstream music stage.
Bad Bunny was the most streamed artist in 2025, and last Sunday he became the first person ever to win Grammy Album of the Year for a Spanish language album. Yeah.
A lot of people excited about the halftime show. All right, let's take a live look outside. Obviously some still cold conditions, but things should be improving for us. We're going to talk more about that in just a moment, but let's first get to Gabriella Primas with a look at today's top stories.
Natalie, we're following breaking news. An Amber Alert has been issued for a little boy missing from North Judson, Indiana. 2-year-old Saxon Clemens was last seen yesterday afternoon. He's believed to be in extreme danger. Police are looking for 44-year-old suspect Dwayne Clemens, who's seen here on the right. He's driving a silver 2017 Chevy Trailblazer with Indiana license plate CRS 242. Call police if you have any information. A judge could issue a ruling today in a case centered on a Chicago woman who was shot by Border Patrol agent. Marimar Martinez has requested the evidence in her case be made public. She was accused of ramming a Border Patrol agent with her car. The charges against her were eventually dropped. That hearing is set to start in around 45 minutes. 2 Chicago police officers are recovering after a crash overnight. It happened in Jefferson Park. It was near the intersection of West Goodman Street and North Central Avenue. CPD says the officers were responding to a call when the one who was driving lost control. They slammed into a barrier. It sounds like no other cars were involved and no one else was hurt. Anthony.
Thank you, Gabriella. Well, the first installment of Cook County's property tax bills, the deadline being pushed back here after a delay in last year's second installment bills. We talked to the treasurer, the county treasurer, about this, Maria Pappas, on Chicago Live. She said this was an avoidable situation here. 10 years ago, the county signed a contract with a tech company to modernize the tax system. It didn't happen, though. Pappas says that the board shut down the old system and started using the new one, even though the new one didn't work, and that meant that bills couldn't go out.
We can't write any checks because there's no system to send the checks out. I don't think very highly of this company. I asked the Board of Commissioners and Fredericksburg 7 years ago to cancel this contract. I've written 25 letters on it. And you know what? It's like talking to the wall. It's like looking for toilet paper in the bathroom. Everybody's like sucking their thumb and nobody listens.
We did reach out to Tony Preckwinkle's office. They say they're looking into those comments and will get back to us. The first installment of bills will be mailed out next month, and the bills themselves are due April 1st. All right, it's 8:47. Let's check back in with Caitlin Cody for a look at how the rest of Friday is going to go.
It's going to be pretty mild out there. We had some heavier snow this morning in bands. We have gusty wind, though, to deal with, unfortunately. But as we make our way into the weekend, we're going to have a few changes, including sunny skies on Saturday, but also colder temperatures. So taking a look at our weather headlines, warmer days ahead. Today is going to be nice and mild, and next week we start off in the 40s. But in between there, we've got the 20s on Saturday. So it is going to be colder but clearing on Saturday. Increased cloud cover expected Sunday, but that's when temperatures are back to the 30s. And then we have the 40s to start off next week, which will be wonderful. Looking at our radar, again, we had the bands of some snow moving on through earlier this morning. Now we're looking mostly dry, but definitely going to be cloudy out there. Temperatures are ranging in the 20s and 30s, 30 degrees in Merrillville, 27 in Valpo, 34 at Gary, Midway, Joliet, 35 in Morris. So if you are stepping out the door, know that you are probably going to be in the low to mid 30s on our Illinois side. Indiana side, you're seeing the 20s still holding on, especially the further southeast you go. Wind speeds, I mentioned how it is going to be gusty today. We're seeing those gusts currently at 16 miles per hour at O'Hare, 18 miles per hour in DeKalb. This wind is coming in out of the north. We're going to see gusts continue throughout the day. You can see behind me over the next 12 hours. Even by midday, we could see those gusts approaching 35 miles per hour. On into the evening, the winds slowly decrease, but we're still looking at around 30-mile-per-hour winds possible at 7 p.m. Here's your day planner. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 30s today as our high, and our 7-day forecast shows that big drop that we have coming. As soon as tonight, we're dropping down to 10, so it is going to be a cold night. Tomorrow's high, 23. But it will be beautiful on Saturday. At least we have that going for us. Sunday, 33, and then next week, as mentioned, starting off in the 40s, low to mid-40s expected Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday, chance for rain. And then temperatures are back to the 30s by Thursday of next week. All right, time to check in with Jake this morning. And I don't think Natalie wanted to tell you, Jake, but she's worried about your driving skills.
I have great driving skills. How do you think I got here? Guys, we're live out here at McCormick Place. It is another year of the Chicago Auto Show, and there is no shortage of excitement to be had. We're going to go behind the scenes, tell you everything you need to know about how you can not just take a look at these cars, you can get inside and you can know what it feels like when they actually hit the road, and maybe even go uphill a little bit. Take a look at this in just a second. We'll tell you more coming up right here on Good Day Chicago.
Welcome back. It is day one of the largest auto show in North America, the Chicago Auto Show, back at McCormick Center.
And Jake is there with a live rundown of all the action in store. What are you riding in there, Jake?
Take a look at that. I feel like I look fairly decent in this, guys. I'm going to say, listen, there's a reason that the Chicago Auto Show is the biggest and best auto show on the planet. It's because you don't just come out here and look at the trucks. You can get inside the trucks, you can get behind the wheel, and in some cases even go off-road a little bit, know what it feels like. We're here with my man Noah. We're at the Ram booth, and I gotta tell you, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I drive a Bronco, but I'm looking around going, I could see myself behind the wheel of one of these, and that's kind of the vibe that you want to get when people come out here.
Totally. So this is the 2027 Ram 1500.
Are we already doing the 2027s?
We are. This is going to be hitting dealers later in 2026 as a 2027 model year, but you're looking at a truck with a 6.2-liter supercharged V8 that's good for 777 horsepower. So this is the fastest and most powerful production truck ever.
Let me ask you something, Noah, because when it comes to trucks, a lot of people, they have their loyalties, right? You know, their family has been, you know, this make, this model their entire life. How much of your job is kind of convincing people to maybe change teams a little bit and give you guys a shot?
You know, it's a big part of it. You know, truck loyalty is fierce. We're always fighting for market share, always fighting for new customers, but we always want to make sure that we're giving our existing customers that attention as well. So we're bringing back stuff that they love. We got our new Hemi Ram 1500, that's back for 2026, and then the TRX returning as well.
Now, whenever people come out here to the Ram booth, I asked you right before we went live, can I get behind the wheel? And you said, yeah, absolutely. You guys are all about bringing people out here, showing them the different options they have available, and letting them know what it feels like. This is not just a, stay on the carpet and look at it from a distance. This is, hey, touch it, feel it, smell that new car smell. That's what it's all about.
100%. We want people to get into these trucks. We want them to feel the leather, feel the suede, feel what it would be like behind the wheel. I mean, that's a whole part of the car buying experience.
Now, let me ask you something, Noah. I've been getting a lot of flack from our anchors inside the warm and comfortable Fox 32 studios about how they just don't really perceive me as much of a truck driver or a driver, period. When you saw me walking up to this truck, did you think that's a guy that can handle a truck?
I think it looked great on you.
Looked great on me, guys. It is the Chicago Auto Show. Kicks off officially tomorrow, runs through Monday the 16th. You can get tickets online at ChicagoAutoShow.com. You don't want to miss it on that. Noah, my man, I appreciate you. Let's get one more look, guys, as we wrap up here. I think it looks good. I think I fit right in. Tell me what you think. On that note, we're going to toss it back to you guys in the studio.
Yeah, I think you
Ooh, cup holders.
Dual cup holders?
Dual. I know. I was seeing this year, Jake, that in addition to the EV track, which they've had the last couple of years, they have an all gas-powered track. Obviously, the popularity of those vehicles is skyrocketing, so it'll be fun to kind of take those test drives.
Yeah, Jake, are you going to get behind the wheel,
Exactly
sir?
right. And you know what? Every drive is a test drive as long as you can get out of here without them knowing it.
Right.
It's all a test.
Have fun, sir. Have fun.
Our 9 o'clock hour of Good Day Chicago starts next. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back.